Hello there, everybody! This is AzumangaDiohFan speaking, and I'm back with another full-length commentary for all the masses out there. Now, a while back, I did a commentary on the Mercy D's rant on ADHD, and after that, she released a couple of follow-up videos responding to her rant, and they were less than spectacular. Now, you're probably wondering why I bring her up. Well, I happened to come across this very interesting documentary titled Bart Simpson, A Case Study in ADHD by Professor Caleb Lack. Now, I know this video is more than a year old, but trust me, this video was way too good to pass up. And plus, would you rather watch me do a commentary on Pimpin' Master DX or Guptil 89 or some other old and overdone subject? No, of course not. Well, since I built this video up enough, let's go ahead and take a look at it. And also, I'm going to be skipping over the first part of this video because all it is just the intro to the show, which is pretty nice, I will admit, but if I wanted to watch the intro, I'd just look it up on YouTube.
Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, commonly known as ADHD, is a prominent disruptive behavioral disorder in our society today. The disorder has two main types, the inattentive type and the hyperactive impulsive type. This film will focus on the inattentive type. The inattentive type of ADHD, in general terms, describes behaviors such as being unable to have sustained attention concerning everyday and other tasks, the inability to avoid being distracted, and the overwhelming feeling to disobey rules.
So, this isn't really a case study in ADHD as much as it is a case study in ADD, which are very different when put back to back. And I appreciate the use of an example such as Bart Simpson to further understand this, but if you're gonna talk about the inattentive qualities, then why not use Osaka from AzumangaDio? I mean, her behavior meets almost all the traits you've mentioned. And I know she said the two types of ADHD, but to me, the term ADHD means that there's some sort of hyperactivity involved.
Other symptoms of ADHD include, but are not limited to, not able to pay close attention to details, not able to keep attention focused on tasks, doesn't listen when spoken to, does not follow instructions, avoid and or dislikes things that take a lot of mental effort for extended periods of time, and so on.
Enter Bart Simpson.
Wait, I need a moment to question this. Why did they need another narrator? What, was the other narrator's voice too sexy for the audience, so they had to switch narrators in order for them to pay attention?
While Bart is the main focus of this video, it is important to know a little bit about his family and the history of their mental health. Homer Simpson, Bart's father, is accompanied by periods of forgetfulness and ignorance and also has a reported IQ of 55. Homer also displays regular instances of explosive anger. Marge Simpson, Bart's mother, is described as a happy homemaker. She usually spends all of her time there cleaning up and doing things for her family. However, she has shown some gambling addiction problems in her history. Lisa, Bart's sister, is a very intelligent young lady. She does not appear to have any limiting mental health symptoms. Maggie Simpson is Bart's infant sister. She doesn't appear to show any abnormalities for an infant. Abe Simpson, Bart's grandfather, suffers from some mental health impairments. He has trouble remembering history and also experiences problems recalling his past.
You're probably thinking the narrator guy could have gone into detail as to how Bart's family has an impact on his behavior, but that would just be stupid.
Now that we've taken a look at the Simpson family, let's look at Bart a little more in depth.
is. Oh, heck, life's too short for
And one
fun.
clip demonstrates Bart's inability to follow instructions.
Bart Simpson to the principal's office. Post haste. Bart! So good to see you.
You know, I love how you say Bart has a hard time following instructions, then you proceed to show a clip of him doing the very thing you claimed he couldn't do. And just for that, I'm skipping over this part.
I've got rocks.
This clip demonstrates Bart's inability to stay on task.
Because everyone knows reading is the most stimulating activity ever, right guys?
Jeez, look at this place. We gotta do something.
Garbage angels? Dad, I think I need some fresh air. Can I go to the park?
Do I have to sit up?
No.
Knock yourself out.
And finally, in what is probably the best demonstration of Bart's disorder, here is a clip from the episode Brother's Little Helper.
Principal Skinner, what would you say is the most important firefighting tool? Would you say it's prevention?
Oh, absolutely, Lisa. That and the sand bucket.
What's that stuff?
Why, this is retardant.
Sure is. And what's that?
That's called a hose lengthener.
You need one.
No.
What's this?
Just read the label. It's a king-size flamer. Bart, will you go bother someone else?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't this type of behavior be a trait of the hyperactive impulsive type of ADHD? I mean, if you're gonna focus on the inattentive traits, then clips like this kind of contradict the whole point of the video.
Look! A fire! Engine.
Stop that.
Help! Help! Fire! Helmets.
Can't you do something constructive?
Sure, I can do something destructive.
It's not working, it just spreads the flame! Get the fire hose! Get the fire hose!
What's it doing in the gymnasium?
Ah!
Bart, have you lost your... Bart Simpson!
You've really done it this time. Yeah, it all kind of came together.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for getting me out of work.
I'll be blunt. Bart's latest escapade goes far beyond the realm of the hijink.
Dear, now the floor is as good as new.
My sport goggles!
Your son is a ravenous demon, relentlessly gnawing at all that's good and true.
Yeah, he's something else, all right.
But worst of all, he drags down the grades of anyone who sits near him. Just look at this pattern.
Hey, that looks like Bart.
And turning to the 3D map, we see an unmistakable cone of ignorance.
Put it away! Put it away!
Very well, but there's no escaping the truth. Bart has a classic case of attention deficit disorder.
You mean like John Leguizamo?
How should I know? The point is ADD makes children restless and easily distracted.
Hi, Marge, it's me, Homer. What, time to go?
Please, Mr. Simpson.
So, apparently, a college professor cannot tell the difference between singular and plural because he said he was going to be showing a clip, meaning a single, solitary, all by itself clip, and then he goes on to show almost 1/3 of the episode. Look, if you want to use clips from a TV show as examples, I'm okay with that, but there was no reason why it needed to go on for this long.
And so, it is true indeed that young Bartholomew J. Simpson is a classic example of a child with ADHD. Although Bart's behavioral problems are comical on the show, they are very real in real life. While Bart seems to be a normal child in many ways, and he certainly is, he is totally unable, at times, to control himself and his behavior.
Like every single other person on the planet?
Hyperactive disorder is such a problem for children like Bart and families like the Simpsons.
Well, now that all is said and done, it's time to give my final thoughts. Now, I will admit that this isn't the worst documentary about ADHD I've ever seen. Trust me, I've seen far worse. But it's still quite flawed. I think the main reason is because while I do appreciate him for using examples to help people understand what he's talking about, some of the clips he uses actually contradicts the points he's trying to make. Another problem I have with this documentary is that he doesn't really explain how each of the traits he mentions affects not only Bart's daily life, but for other people who have ADD or ADHD as well, especially when it's described as
prominent disruptive behavioral disorder in our society today.
Well, I think that's all I have to say about this documentary, so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been AzumangaDiohFan signing out.